Good evening. Hello. Is this thing on? What are you doing? Hi, everyone. Welcome. It's great to see you. Just before we begin the evening, I wanted to let you know the hashtag we've created for this evening is hashtag Sheridan JA 2017. So if you're tweeting on your social media accounts or whatever you're doing, please use the hashtag so we can, start a little buzz. Maybe we'll be trending by the end of the evening. Welcome to the Journalism and New Media Awards 2017. You have made it. Tonight is about celebration. Tonight is about you. Tonight is about every opportunity we can find to talk about your achievements and your futures and whatever it is that you hope to achieve when you leave Sheridan. We also want to take this opportunity to thank your loved ones, those people in your lives that helped you get through the school year, your parents, your better halves, your dogs. Yeah, great round of applause, because you know what? It's been a tough year, and I'm not just talking about assignments, and I'm not talking about tests and projects. I'm also talking about the year under President Trump. Yeah, I found myself with some of you actually in the audience as well several weeks ago talking about the state of journalism and fake news, and I thought to myself, in what world am I living in where we actually have to talk about fake news and what's real and what's fake? And it's a bizarre time, to say the least, but it's also very exciting, and a little bit later we'll hear from someone who'll talk about the exciting future ahead of you, because it is actually quite exciting if you think about it. Tonight we are handing out 10 awards to those who submitted and are most deserving. Each award will be presented by a member of your faculty who will be invited up to say a few words and then to announce the winner. And just like the Academy Awards, you will come up and you will say thank you, and you will thank all the people in your life that made it possible for you. And you're journalists, so I do expect you to be up here for longer than 20 seconds, okay? So we look forward to the winners sharing their comments with the audience about what made it possible for them to get through the school year. The teacher in me is coming out. I'll just wait. So just to let you know how we voted, the faculty did a vote by anonymous vote, actually. And so as a result, we were handed the submissions and the opportunity to go through them alone and to choose anonymously the person's submission we felt was most deserving of the win. It's interesting because this year we were also anonymous to each other. We've never done that before. We've usually shared our information. So in some cases, some of the faculty are announcing winners. They don't even know who the person was that won until they actually see the envelope. So that's very exciting, a little bit like the Academy Awards all over again. And also, tonight we had 3 awards result in a tie. That's what anonymous voting can do. It allows for ties. And so in some cases, those 3 awards, we did not have the time today to turn around and create a second award for the individuals who tied in their categories. So we will present one award to take home with one of the winners, and the other winner, we've already ordered your award. So you will get it. We will keep in touch with you, and we'll make sure that you get it. Okay? The award itself, by the way, is made by a graduate of the glass program at Sheridan College by the name of Tara Marsh. And she is a beautiful artist, glass blower. So when you do get the award, if you're one of the winners, you'll be able to see the fruits of her labor and what she learned at Sheridan College, which is also very special. Before we get started, I would like to take the opportunity to invite our Associate Dean Maya up to say a few words. Maya.
Well, Thank you, Shireen. And I really just want to take this opportunity on behalf of Ronnie Rosenberg, our Dean for the Faculty of Animation, Arts and Design, to welcome you all and to wish you all the best as you continue on in your journeys in journalism. I really wouldn't imagine this night in any other location after we've seen how beautifully this place dresses up into being kind of an awards space. It's quite the venue you have here. And I know you didn't get to enjoy it for every year that you were here, but hopefully you enjoyed it this last year with the new renovation. Really, this entire event is only possible because there are so many dedicated people that really put a lot of time and energy and love and passion into making sure every one of your words is chosen appropriately and with as minimum amount of red pencil as possible, or I guess in the day when we would mark it up with red pen. But really, I wanted to make sure that we thanked your technologists, the staff, and the faculty for all the time that they spend with you and honing your craft. So in the spirit of the real news, which I know you will all contribute immensely in your career in various ways of telling stories, telling information, making sure people have their ideas and their thoughts and their commitments exchanged through information, whether it's in public relations all the way to traditional investigative journalism. There are many, many roles still ahead of you. There's so much of an opportunity now to be innovative, creative, and forge new paths. Show us all where it needs to go. Okay, so have a great night. I'm looking forward to the awards.
Thank you, Maya. Before we invite the first faculty to present the first award, I do have to let you all know that the bar is open during the award ceremony. We knew that would be popular, but hopefully you won't be out of the room if your name is announced, because we've had that actually happen, where last year the award recipient was at the bar. No, he was in the washroom. Was he in the washroom? He was in the washroom. So maybe hold off till after. Our first award is to be presented to the best writer, and I'd like to invite Sherry Laura up, please.
Well, it's totally appropriate that the only faculty member that didn't teach any of you writing should be presenting this award. But it's because Raj, who was going to be here this evening, was actually working, so I've stepped in at the last minute. So the first thing that happens when you guys come to us is that you've spent 4 years to 8 years writing essays. And what we do is beat that out of you, because we have to get it now. And we need you to get to the point now, which means that you have to tell your stories, in some cases as short as 20 seconds or 250 words. And you know, if we're generous, we'll give you 1:30, or maybe we'll let you write a feature piece or do a documentary. But you still have to be accurate. You have to do your research. You have to write in a savvy fashion. And for the love of God, you have to have good grammar, punctuation, and spelling, or you know Kathy Muldoon is coming after you. Or Nicole Blanchette and Healy. Okay, so I'm going to actually just jump to this because I'm not going to say all my other stuff because we want to get to the awards. So the winner of this year's best writing is, it's a tie, Bradley Northcott and Haley McAdams.
Yeah, I don't have a speech prepared, but I would just, really like to thank all the professors over the past couple of years who've really helped me take my writing ability and kind of hammer the journalism into me. I come from an academic background, so I do tend to ramble on, use big words sometimes. And, well, I'll stop now.
I don't see Andrew in the room tonight. I don't think is he here, but he, taught us all a lot, as well as Raj and Shireen. Pretty much all of our teachers in some way contributed to our writing and our, accuracy and sourcing and all that. So thank you to all of you, and even our peers who edited and maybe hurt our feelings. It's okay. Yeah, thank you.
I'll just put this down a little lower. The next award is for Best Reporter, and I'd like to invite Lisa Knapp up, please.
I have an envelope. Perfect. Thank you. Well, as we know, as others have mentioned in the era of fake news, giving people solid information, being a good reporter and giving people solid information is more important than ever so that people can make good decisions, and it's essential to democracy. That's what an important job it is. One of the first things we do at the beginning of the year is I ask students to create a list of what they think makes a good reporter. And we come up with a long one, characteristics like curiosity, persistence. I'm going to add agility to that list, having had to hop a fence in France for the story that I just did, crawled up one side and down the other. But it really does take a lot of flexibility and the ability to talk to people, the ability to get information sometimes under the most dire circumstances. So I know that this next person will take all of those skills and more into the world to provide another much needed set of eyes. Sean Mitchell, will you please come to the podium?
Okay. So I have to thank Noor, first of all, because she was my camera woman. Yeah, I'm still really bad at these stand-ups, so I'll just cut to the chase and say thank you to everybody. And yeah, it was great and terrible, but great. So.
The next award that we're handing out is for Best Host, which I have the honor of presenting tonight. The thing about the job of the host is that it's a little bit behind the scenes what's really happening. A good host does their job effortlessly. They speak off the top of their head, they know a lot about everything, they can discuss any subject matter, they can deliver news in a way that is captivating and accurate and interesting. It looks like it's just a lot of talking, but those of you in the hosting class know that there's a lot more going on behind the scenes to actually make the job a little bit more challenging than one would think. And then there's all the other things that go along with it that you have to pay attention to. When news breaks, can you talk off the top of your head for hours on end, when something happens? Or can you sound credible and knowledgeable even when you're talking about something you know nothing about? Can you work with the team? Can you present your organization with the best face possible, literally? These are all part and parcel of the job. So we had a lot of fun this year in our hosting classes. We got to see a lot of people hosting on the desk, in both programs, which is really exciting to watch the development of these people. And we have a tie tonight. The winners of the Best Host Award go to Kevin Sakdalen and Alicia Van Egmond.
I don't really have anything to say, but I came prepared, but I didn't do anything like this beforehand. So I think it was pretty cool that I was given the chance to do something like hosting, and I found this actually something that I really love. So I want to thank all of my peers and teachers for giving me that opportunity.
Sup, Sheridan? All right, I didn't think I'd win this award, so I don't know what to say. So I want to thank my mom. No, I'm just joking. I want to give a shout out to Matt for not putting his name into this award. I want to give out a shout out to Bella. I'm the better sports host. Thanks.
All right. The next award is being presented for Best Videography. If I could ask Mark Punga to come up, please.
Hello, my young Fellinis. Using pictures and sound to tell a story is greatly enhanced by evocative images, and these images induce emotion from your viewer, and all is well. Now, it's more easily said than done. Harvesting these great images, a lot of hard work, and I was kind of happy to see you complaining once in a while. That's what it's all about. But the reward for your hard work is being able to express yourself creatively through your videography. Every shot that you bring back tells us a little bit of who you are, tells us a little bit of how you view the world. It's all about passion for imagery. Be proud of yourselves. You've come a long way from those J&M, what were they, the Fall Fair B-roll streeter submissions. And the broadcast, the journalism, 2 Septembers ago when you were doing the one-on-one interviews, you've come a long way since then. The winner of this award tonight exemplifies passion for imagery. So please join me in congratulating the 2017 Best Camera Award recipient, Dewey Hoyne.
Holy cow. I'd like to thank Mark Punga for being a great mentor to me. I'm very humbled to be accepting an award on behalf of a very talented class of people who all have very passionate views on all sorts of things. And again, I don't really know what else to say, but thank you. Thanks.
We have a group of students from the diploma program that have been here working very hard over the last couple of weeks preparing for tonight. And they've created a couple of commemorative videos that we'd like to share with you. The first one we'd like to share about the experience and the year that was for the journalism diploma program.
It's time for Sheridan's premier sports talk, bringing you the latest from our Sheridan Bruins to professional sports everywhere. Pull up a spot on the couch. Get comfortable. You there yet? It's time for The Den on 90.7.
You're listening to Mind Candy, broadcasted out of Sheridan College in Oakville, 90.7 FM.
The face.
90.7. Suck my.
PC Jury School for me, it's my language, it's my culture. They understand what I'm saying here. It's that commonality, my culture. I love it.
Part of virtual reality that really sucks me in is the ability to experience what someone else is experiencing.
Every business owner thinks, are we gonna make it, right? Because, we're still 2.5 years, 3 years in, and we're not making a penny. You know you have a good idea, but your bank account doesn't tell you otherwise. Those moments are the moments that you just have to keep on going.
Hey there, Sean. Hey there, Sheridan. I'm Sean McConnell, back with another news flash update.
Turkish President Recep Erdogan.
Recep Erdogan, President Recep Erdogan. Turkish President Recep Erdogan.
Turkish President Recep Erdogan.
Turkish President Recep Erdogan.
Thanks for that, Tyler. We're now going to go to Bella.
Bella is live at the grad fair with all the info those of us leaving school need to know. Bella?
They're gonna rip us. I'm here at the Trafalgar campus where the graduation fair actually just wrapped up this afternoon.
After the break, we'll check in with Tyler.
The girls are playing away for the finals. Let's go, Bruins!
You're gonna lose. This is so hard. Kevin, just give up. Yeah.
Just for the record, I let Bella win.
Cosplayers and comic lovers got their nerdy fix. Let's check out some of the highlights. Hopefully sometime soon.
My name is Natalia. Christy. Stephanie Alba. It's Kat.
Matt Coffin. William Bertoli.
Bella.
Kenesha.
It's Kim Sakdale.
Steve Penny.
Jennifer DeRosa. Justine. Sherry Lore.
Tyler Wilson.
Teamwork, that's fun.
All the teamwork everyone puts into the show.
Getting to spend time with like everybody.
Just the chemistry between everyone. Like everyone really gets along well with everybody, and like I haven't seen any problems.
Who wrote these scripts?
Timbits. Sean always brings Timbits. I appreciate that.
Also, Sean's Timbits. He brings a lot of Timbits all the time, and I eat probably like a good half of the box, so sorry, Sean.
Being isolated back here.
When I'm audio, I get to blast like sick tracks and get to blast in the control room.
Developing young minds.
Probably all the dogs that come into the studio.
It's a really practical experience, which means it's hands-on.
My mom watches the show every single week, so shout out to my mom, the one viewer. Love you, Mom.
The worst part about the newsroom is definitely Matt Coffin.
The worst part is Matt Coffin. Matt Coffin.
Stop standing in the hallway, guys. Come on. We gotta get work done. Last day, get it together.
Okay. Matt Coffin.
Get back in there. Let's go.
The worst part? There isn't one.
Oh, and Matt Coffin.
Because we've got this fabulous new space, the technologists have said that we are not allowed to have coffee in the newsroom.
Oh, here's your coffee, Sherry.
Oh, thanks, Matt. No problem. Cheers.
Everyone loves everybody, and it's great. And I really enjoy working with people and talking to them and communicating with them. And they understand what I'm trying to get across.
You know you can be doing work right now, right? Well, Sheridan, I hate to say it, but it's time for our last show to end.
From all of us here.
Of course, these great videos that we're watching this evening took a lot of editing, which brings us to our next award. If I could invite Victoria McGlynn up to present Best Editor, please.
I'm very honored to be here this evening to present the Best Editing Award, and it's so nice to see all these familiar faces out there. An editor often actually goes unnoticed, and that's because of the nature of their job to tell a story in a seamless fashion. As viewers, we're not actually supposed to see the edits. So if you're drawn into a story and maybe even moved by a story, you know that the editor has done a good job. A strong editor requires not only the skill of the actual software, but they must have patience and attention to detail, empathy, and a willingness to try new things. The winner of the Best Editing Award has all of these qualities. So without further ado, the winner of the 2017 Best Editing Award goes to, ironically, Matt Coffin.
Ooh, okay. Well, thank you again, all professors. And this was an awesome 2 years working in this program and being able to work with all of you and even edit that last little sizzle reel was a lot of fun. And I did enjoy every single minute I spent here. And I know hopefully in the future I'll remember all of you guys and we'll still be meeting up, hanging out, having a few beers. And we'll hopefully, I wish you all the best of luck. And yeah, I'm just very shocked right now. Thank you.
Our next award is for the best photographer. If Reg could come up here, please.
Hello, everybody. It's been interesting to see the work this year. I basically teach the first years and in photojournalism. And to actually sit back and do the judging this year and see the work, and I was just blown away of the consistency and the quality of the work overall. It was just outstanding, and you have to applaud yourself. The maturity level was great. To see you this year was just perfect, and I really wish you the best as you move along. Photography is a passion for me, and photojournalism especially. Remember that the photo is a strong tool, and use it well, and it'll show up as in your video work, your documentaries, and everything that you do. So let's have a look and see who our winner is this year. The winner for the best photography is Nora Jar.
Okay. It's been a roller coaster. I gotta say it. It was definitely not easy. And I've experienced tough love from my teachers, but it was amazing. When I first came here, I was just a photographer, but right now I feel like a journalist because I know how to tell stories with my photography. So I have to thank my teachers for this in Sheridan, and of course my family and friends. They've been amazingly nice to me, so thank you so much. Thank you.
Our next award recognizes excellence in radio and podcasting. If I could ask Christy Laverty to join us, please. I had a feeling Christy wasn't here. Does anybody know if Christy's here? Yes, I didn't know that Christy wasn't going to be here, but I suspected when I didn't see her around. Well, who is the next person in our faculty that has a radio background, career in radio? Could I ask one of the undergraduate faculty to come up and present, because I don't know.
I'll do the next two?
Sure.
Okay.
Our apologies. There's always a glitch in the show, right?
Oh, no, it's not the next two. Okay, so I can't really speak to this very much.
But you know.
But I do know, I've watched a lot of you guys work in the radio station and create your podcast, so I'm just going to go with the winner. And the winner for Best Radio Feature Podcast is, it's a tie. I can speak a bit to the first one, actually. I know that when we played her podcast in the class, there were tears in the eyes of the students listening to it. So for the first one, Amelia Scher. And the second winner for Best Radio Feature Podcast is Kaylee McAdams.
So I just want to say thank you to everybody here, but a big shout out goes out to someone who I had a very tough love conversation with, and that would be Kathy Muldoon. I don't know if a woman named November would have happened because Kathy fully supported me in maybe taking a different turn instead of writing for print, because that wasn't my thing. So thank you so much for your kindness and support, as well as Cheryl. And also, November obviously isn't here because I didn't know this was going to happen, but also a shout out to November, and if you ever have the chance to meet November Davies, please do.
Thank you again. This was not expected. I just want to say that I didn't think I was going to get this, and I listened to all of the podcasts and radios that were submitted, which might be creepy, but I really didn't think that I was qualified. And I'm not. They were amazing. Everyone that submitted, I was so impressed. So congratulations to all of you, because you guys were all great.
Cheryl, don't sit down. I think you're next. Best Data Visualization Award, to be presented by the talented and multitasking Cheryl Vallander.
All right, so I know I'm presenting Best Data Visualization, but I do want to show you guys this because this is an award that goes to all of you. Okay, I'm not like this. Okay, so last Monday went to the National Emerge Media Awards, and the Sheridan Sun, which every single person in this room has contributed to, whether you were faculty teaching students the skills, whether you were a student putting content on the website, this is your award. This is a National Emerge Media Award. There were 500 submissions, and you guys got first place. Woo! This is huge. So this is an award that everybody can be proud of. It has to be on your resume, and make sure you come and get a picture with it. I mean, this is so fantastic that this is the first year that we've had the Merged program, a group of graduates from the Merged program, and to get this award is pretty exciting. But I actually have the honor of presenting the award for data visualization. And it's important as a journalist be able to take some data or information and present it in a way that allows your audience to understand that information. So there were some amazing submissions for this category, but one submission actually really stood out. And the award for Best Data Visualization is Paige Ogden. I'm giving her the data journalism handbook to take with her.
I'm not big on talking in front of crowds, so I'm just going to say thanks to all the professors who's taught us everything over the last 2 years, and yeah, that's basically it.
Hand in hand with the Data Visualization Award is the award for Best Multimedia Story. If I could invite Denny Friedman up, please.
Hi, everyone. So multimedia, you know, you need the ability now, you can't just be a journalist, you have to be able to tell a story with more than just words. So writing, video, audio, social media, there's so much involved. There's a whole new level of interaction between journalists and their readers. So multimedia really engages all the skills, hopefully, that you've learned in this program. And so the award for the best multimedia goes to somebody who has demonstrated those skills. I don't even know who it is. The winner for best multimedia story is Christy Jensen.
Okay, I wasn't expecting this award at all, and I kind of forget what I submitted for it. But thank you very much. I worked really hard in this program from day one, and I feel like in all areas I really did work very hard, but I also have to say that the teachers here, if I look back on coming in from day one and what I actually came out with, the skills, the teachers here have been so good at molding all of our talents and giving us really constructive feedback every single day. And the only reason I'm accepting this award is because of them and what I've learned here. So thank you very much.
Our next presenter is going to take about 2 or 3 months to get up to the podium. I'll take my time. As you know, Catherine Tamus had a little bit of an accident. We're going to help you. Catherine has worked very hard to nurture the skills of the documentary producer. And as a result, we're honoring her contributions for such an important award tonight with the Best Documentary Award. If you can come up and present, Catherine, we're very excited about this award. Thank you.
Hey, everybody. Okay, so the lesson today, I don't know if we covered health and safety, but tonight's lesson will be on tripping hazards. I'm dead serious. I tripped on a cord and I broke my foot in 3 places. So please don't do that. It can easily happen. Okay, so I'm really, really proud to present this award tonight. I love documentary. Documentary, I think when anybody takes part in it and creates a documentary, it really becomes a work of passion. And I talk about that in class a lot. So there's a lot of time, effort, dedication that's put into weaving a story that resonates and connects with the audience. It has to resonate and connect in your heart and yourself first. I talk a lot about that, but really your audience has to be moved by what it is that you do and create, and you do it so that people watch and go away with something from that. I have to say, there was an absolute, I'm not sure how many, but the most number of entries for any of the awards was for documentary. So there was a lot for all the faculty to go through. And so several of the documentaries produced, I think successfully really did connect to the audience. And I really want to congratulate everybody. I know I pushed you guys a lot, and I do that in order to just, you've all got a lot of talent, and you've got it in there, and I just love seeing it come to fruition. And I love it when you connect your creativity, your technical skills, your storytelling skills, and bring it all together to make something that impacts an audience. So I want to congratulate all of you for your hard work, because you absolutely put a lot into it. So the winner for Best Documentary is that wasn't the name of it, I don't think. Julia Brown and Paige Ogden for Julia's story. It's called It was called Walking the Thin Line.
Thank you so much. Okay, I'm not good at this stuff. Without Catherine, I don't think Paige and I would have been pushed to do the story we chose. I also wouldn't have felt comfortable and confident enough to talk about my story if it wasn't for Catherine, because she constantly stood by my side through the whole process, and so did Paige. And I'm just really happy I did this with Paige, and I just thank you so much for everything. So yeah.
And yeah, I wasn't expecting this, but it was nice to be able to tell a good story and reach people, so that was good. And yeah, thank you.
It's time to share another video with you. This one celebrates the year that was for the Journalism New Media Postgraduate Certificate students.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Alicia Van Egmond.
And this is what's making news now.
I'm here at the Weather Network with meteorologist Jacqueline Whittle. Jacqueline, what a day.
Oh, it certainly is a day. I think, everybody's waiting for that sun to come out. It's been really cloudy over the winter season.
Even though there have been other complaints about the same issue, Fredericton officials say they cannot afford to clear windrows from driveways on their $2.3 million snow clearing budget.
A road has been closed to create a safe passage for the endangered Jefferson salamander to breed and lay eggs.
To close an entire road, it must be a pretty important animal. So is that because the salamander has a positive effect on the environment?
So Jefferson salamanders are endangered in both the province and nationally.
With this budget, we're helping Canadians realize their dream of a brighter, more secure future.
So far, the Liberals have not continued their commitments from 2016, spending less than 75% of the amount that they were supposed to spend on infrastructure by the end of this fiscal year.
Sheridan College has pledged to make the campus a zero-waste zone within the next 4 years. The Sheridan Green Team has just introduced a new initiative called Mission Zero to educate students.
Now over to hockey. The Leafs visit the Flyers tonight in Philadelphia for what will be a huge game for both clubs. The Blue and White are sitting 1 point out of the final wild-card playoff spot, trailing the New York Islanders with the same amount of games remaining.
Some people really are happier and better in their home.
There is an increasing need for end-of-life services, and this new framework could fill the void in Canada's healthcare system. But for some patients and their families, it may be too little, too late.
Don't be fooled by sunny and cloudless skies. While it feels like -5 outside, it is actually -2.
Hello and welcome to One Woman Show.
And yes, there is cheerleading, that way you cheerlead at football games, it's like rah rah go team. But competitive cheerleading is so much more than that.
Personally, I guess John Tory is doing what John Tory knows is going to be popular for Toronto overall.
Oakville residents will just have to wait and see what Toronto City Council decides. For Sheridan Sun News, I'm India McAllister.
All right, that's it. Great.
They'll be cute. We're not live to hear. We'll play it after. If you'd like to see the rest of it, we'll play it again. If that's okay, control room. In the past, we've invited, at least in the Journalism New Media Awards ceremony, we've invited a past graduate to come up and say a few words about the industry, about what their experience has been since they graduated from the program, and so on. And we've welcomed back that tradition this year to the awards ceremony. We're very excited about this. In fact, our keynote speaker this evening graduated from the very first year of the program, so he was one of my first students. Some of you already know him because he teaches you in the Journalism New Media program. And after graduating from McMaster and the Journalism New Media program here at Sheridan, Ryan has worked in digital media since 2001. He started out as an unpaid intern, of course, moved on to manage teams of writers and editors and to execute strategical shifts, oversee website redesigns, and shape digital news coverage for everything from breaking news to the Olympic Games, and most recently around global weather events and our changing climate. Ryan, as some of you know, has now returned to Sheridan, joining us as part-time faculty, and will be integral in reshaping the future of the program in the years to come. Please welcome Ryan Johnston.
I apologize for how this jacket looks on those screens, so that is not going to be good. Thanks for that intro, Shireen. It's
Got some feedback happening.
Is that good? Hear me? You can tell I work in digital media now, not broadcast. So. That's good. As Shireen mentioned, I'm here today to speak with you, and thanks to Sheridan College for inviting me. It's really an interesting experience to see my. Is there feedback again?
Yeah, we're not sure why.
Yeah, it's the jacket. I'm just going to yell if that's good. It's probably fine. I noticed that Shireen mentioned that I did graduate as the first program here at Sheridan back in 2001, and I just realized that Denny. Yeah. I didn't even know. Yeah, that's pretty staggering. So, Denny, how's it going, Denny? It's been.
We're going to move this out of the way because it's really bad. Sorry, I don't want to ruin your speech.
No, it's fine. It's like someone said, it's the jacket for sure. But it's been interesting for me because my career's kind of come full circle in the last 4 months. In that I graduated from here, and now I've been given the opportunity and really the privilege to teach the entrepreneurial journalism class as part of the Journalism New Media program. Just kidding first. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is good. Yeah. Well, the speech is botched now, so I'm just going to wing it. But no, it's been interesting, and teaching the class, especially from the entrepreneurial standpoint, has been good for me because. It's shown me, not only am I sort of teaching from my experience in the industry, but I'm getting a lot of experience from the students that I'm teaching and the graduates that are going out into the field. And I won't forget my first day when, out of curiosity, I'm currently the digital editor for Weather Network Canada and Weather Network US. So I was curious to know how the generation that is not mine gets their weather information. And before I could even finish the sentence, India, who I think is here, I saw her out here, just picked up her phone and said, "Hey Siri, what's the weather?" And that was like a really aha moment for me because it shows. In my day-to-day job, we spend a lot of time and a lot of effort trying to perfect the art of search engine optimization and SEO, and trying to get your content in front of people who want to read it. And India, in the span of about 3 seconds, just blew that out of the water because. There's no contextual search involved there. That's basically just talking into a phone and getting a result. But I brought that back to the Weather Network later in the day, and I went to Sarah Burke, who's the search engine the search optimization woman at the Weather Network, and I said, I'm teaching a generation now that doesn't type search terms into Google, they just talk into their phone. And it really opened a conversation around, how do we prepare ourselves for that next wave of internet users who aren't necessarily using it as we use it now, or as I used it. When I graduated from this program, believe it or not, the internet wasn't even a thing. So, it was 2001. It wasn't. I remember the first time I used the internet was my undergrad at McMaster in 1998, and I typed something into a search engine and it returned it. And it blew my mind. And at that point, that's where I made the decision to go into digital media. And along the way, I met a lot of interesting people and a lot of creative people, but first and foremost, and I know as graduates now you're going out into the field through internships, and I say to the class numerous times that, it's really from my point of view, the single most important decision you can make right now as a new grad is to make sure that you're going into the internship that you want to be in, and that you're doing meaningful work at that internship. I did my internship at Sportsnet back in 2001, and I can say without a question of a doubt that it's led me to the point where I'm at right now speaking to you about it. At that point, I remember even having discussions with Sheridan about the idea of even going into sports, because it was, I think I was the class pariah, someone who wanted to go into the sports industry, but it really opened doors to me. And the lessons that I learned, and I think I would pass on to you today, is that there's always, in your internship, there's always going to be something that somebody doesn't want to do, or there's something that somebody doesn't have enough time to do. Find out what that is and own it. That really is how you can set your early mark at your internship and show the people there that you really want to be there. It's difficult to be an unpaid intern, but it's also very rewarding when after the 4 months or the 6 months, and I think I did 6 months back at that time, you do end up with a position in the field, and you take it from there. For me, I went from an unpaid intern to executive producer at Sportsnet back in 2010, a job that I held for 2 years, and in that time I also got to cover the 2010 Olympic Games in Vancouver. So, back to the original point that the internship is very important. So as you go out into the field, make sure that it's something that you want to be in and you're passionate about, because as quickly as you can get into it, if it's not right for you, you can be out of it just as quick. I know a lot of people who ended up in internships that they didn't really enjoy, and it kind of it shifts the path of where you want to go. So that was one of the, with the class, that was one of the recurring questions that they asked, was a lot about the internships. But the second part was, as a graduate, you're all going out into the field with an excellent suite of skills, but the question asked was, what's the secondary and what's the tertiary set of skills that you can bring to these internships that'll sort of differentiate you from the rest of the people out there? And I wrote it down here, and I know there's going to be a lot of eye rolls, but it's data. We live in a world now where data controls a lot of the decisions that we make, and especially within the publishing industry. If we can truly understand our audience, it puts you a step ahead of a lot of people. And in the journalism, the entrepreneurial class, we launched our own YouTube channel. And I think in the first couple of days, there was a lot of, why are we doing this? What's the point of this? But as we started to upload content and dove into the data of the content that we were uploading, we started to see that people from all around the globe are actually coming to the entrepreneurial journalism YouTube page, and we're consuming the content on there. By the end of the class, I think we had tallied about 35 countries as far away as West Africa. So it really is interesting to see that data is driving the bus these days. And then, just to wrap it up, the last question that I was asked frequently throughout the class is what do I think of the graduates that are going out into the field today? And my honest answer is I'm extremely jealous of the path ahead for all of you. It's an amazing field to be in. You're going to continue to work with a lot of amazing and really creative people. Learn from them, savor those experiences, because it's only going to get better for you out there. And just as I said, the ability to create the content and understand where the content is going and the audience that's consuming it is paramount. Don't believe the hype of, we read a lot about, Sheridan mentioned fake news and sort of the death of journalism. It's not true. News and video is on an upward trajectory right now, and it's, I honestly believe that it's really important to be a journalist and practice journalism in this day and age based on a lot of the global events that are going on. So I wish you all best of luck, and that's it.
Ryan is proof of what happens when you go through journalism at Sheridan College and what happens on the other end. So thank you for that, and we celebrate your successes. We're very proud of you and all the graduates in the past of the journalism programs that have been at Sheridan. A round of applause for all the winners tonight, right? Congratulations. Of course, we have one more celebration with you all, and that will be graduation, whether it's in June or in the fall, for those of you who are graduating a little later once you've completed your internships. So we look forward to seeing you then. Keep in touch with us. Come see us. Pop in. You had an opportunity to meet our past students throughout the school year. They pop in all the time. Now it's your turn. We welcome you. We want to hear from you. We want to share your successes and share you with our future students. So we look forward to hearing what you're doing. So drop us a line and keep in touch, and let's go have another glass of wine or something.